Paintball nerd.
All right, today's guest on Paintball Nerds Fun 5 has been playing paintball since 1992. He joined the Russian Legion in 2004. He joined the Ironmen in 2007 and played with them through 2008, where they won double World Cup victories. He's been doing international sales at Dye Paintball since 2007. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Xalo Almeida.
Hey, buddy. Nice to see you. Thanks for inviting me.
Yes, indeed. Happy to have you. I remember when you were first trying out for the Ironman and coming aboard. That was actually right as I was leaving the team in 2006.
Yes, yes, it was great times. I remember to see you playing some seven-man events. And then on
Yeah.
2007, I went to San Diego for tryouts and was really, really cool. A lot of good memories and experience.
So tell me about how you ended up joining the Russian Legion in 2004. You were living in Brazil, right?
Yes, yes. I was just playing regular paintball in Brazil, and a friend of mine, Saulo, uh, he's a tech everywhere. So he just called me and Shallow, we are going to Russia, to Moscow, and we're gonna do a tryouts and we're gonna play pro. I'm like, what are you talking about? Play pro in Russia? And on that time it was different, like internet stuff like that was like really different. And I had my Brazilian Jiu Jitsu gym back on that time, and I'm like, dude, I don't know if I'm gonna stop everything to go to Russia. And he's like, yes, you're going with me. I'm like, okay, I'm going with you. So we went there for the tryouts and was, dude, amazing. Was amazing. It was like the real paintball school, like training 5 hours a day, five 5 to 6 days a week. Not just playing paintball, but training a lot. So it was super intense. And after 3 months training with them, I was playing pro in USA. 3 months. So how amazing is that, right?
That's amazing. That's like a dream.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, oh my, I remember the first point I played, I was playing against Chris Lasoya. I'm like, oh my God, dude, that's real. That's so cool. So it was amazing experience. I owe a lot of to those guys, to the Russian Legion school, the program. It's was amazing times for sure.
So, Charlotte, tell us about a memory that really sticks out for you. Maybe your favorite memory in paintball.
Oh, there is so many, dude. What I can say, like the sports and paintball gave me so much. I've been around so many different countries, and because of paintball, I have friends all over the place. So it's hard to say one memory. If you say like one teammate and one team, I can remember something, but there is so many amazing memories. And I think the best part is all the friends I have around the world. World.
Mm.
If I think in any different country, I have some good friends there, and we have some good memories. So I'm super grateful to paintball and to sports.
What was your first big victory as a pro?
Okay, the first one, I believe was with the Russians when we came to US and we won the it was the Russian Legion was the first non-American team to win a professional tournament in USA.
Yeah.
So this was
Hmm.
amazing. This was something really big. But I was so young and I was so like new playing pro that was hard to realize that. So after
Mm.
that, a big one when we won the World Cup with Jacksonville Raiders, Doc Raiders, semi-pro, playing against X Factor. So that was another good one. And then played for the Ironman, the 2 times we won the World Cup. So that was amazing playing with all those guys. Like it was like I was always fast. Like playing on the Snake, playing on the real Dorito, always fast in good shape. But when you go inside the field and you see those guys, like I'm playing with Nicky Cuba, Oliver Lang, Miko Hutney, Mike Paxson, like Marcelo Margot, Alex Goldman, Brandon Short, like Johnny Perchak. So many amazing guys. I'm like, oh, okay, let's do this. Yeah, nice. Billy Wing, it was,
Yeah,
dude, it was amazing. And then Shallow just run and shoot people. Yeah, okay. And Shani Pestana was our coach. So it was amazing, dude. Amazing.
that was a stacked team, man. All stars.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting a lot of good guys. Like Greg Sears was there with us. Like so
Mhm.
many good athletes, dude. It was amazing. And we later I was playing in Europe and seeing Greg like, oh, I remember he was a kid with us, like 16 years old, and now he's like a badass player. And I wanna play like him. I'm like, Greg, come here. I was in Europe, like, help me out, buddy. How can I do that? So, dude, it's so amazing how the paintball and how sports and life goes around. Like
Yeah.
it's really cool, buddy. It's really cool. A lot of good memories.
Oh yeah. Well, I know it'll be hard, but do you have a favorite player, Shalo?
Favorite player? Yeah, it's hard. I can say Miko because he's like my brother and he taught me so much. So in
Yeah.
Russia, I was like, okay, how am I gonna be good as those guys? Like it's no way. I can be faster. I can hurt someone with more Brazilian Jiu Jitsu skills. But like, how am I gonna be that good? Miko, can you help me out? Yes. After 5 hours practicing, I was practicing 2 extra hours with him. So he always took my back. So I love that guy a lot. So I believe Miko. And then you say like Nikki Kuba, with all that heart and angry, it was really cool to play with him. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's say like Nikki Kuba and Miko Hutune.
Yeah, I agree. Miko's one of my favorites as well. One of my favorite teammates for sure.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
One of my
Yeah.
favorite people actually in general is
Hmm.
Miko.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's amazing. He's like a brother.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
So, Shala, do you have a piece of equipment that maybe you can't step on the field without, or maybe some, like a piece of paintball equipment that you collect that's like near and dear to your heart?
Oh yeah, my headgears. My
Oh, what is
headgears.
it? What do you wear?
Yeah, dude. It's somewhere. I'll use the Camo one, like really old with a lot of
Yeah.
holes. And every time some of the kids, the Brazilian kids are hurting me a lot these last few months. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? A new hole in there. Like, no, come on. And this is, I believe like Speedy, Andre Speedy, he used to play for
Yep.
Aftershock.
Yeah, and a
So he
speedy.
used to do these sandanas and headgear. So I still use his like from like 2005 or six. So I
Wow.
still have some good stuff. Yeah, and if you see here, just 1 second. So the headgears means a lot to me. So he just gave me this one, André Speedy, with the Brazilian flag and my number. And before
That's
that,
nice.
one kid, Xalo, I was at the World Cup, and one crazy guy, his name was Tyler from Baltimore Trauma, just gave this to you, you know? And I'm like,
Tyler,
oh
yeah.
my God, really? Because Baltimore Trauma, dude. I stayed with those guys for like 3 months, and it was like a family, so I love them so much. So back in Greensboro, North Carolina times. So my headgears, if I don't wear those, I'm like, "Oh, I cannot play it. I don't know
And you
how to
played
play
you
without."
played with trauma for a little bit, right?
Yes, yes, I was supposed to stay with them for a long time, but my contract with the Russians, I couldn't. So the guy's like, no, no, you're gonna work in here, you're gonna live with us at the trauma house. And it was really
Wow.
intense, really cool with all these kids. So, but I couldn't. And then on that time, I was like, no, I'm just gonna go back to Brazil and focus on my Brazilian Jiu Jitsu gym. And then Doc Draper from Doc Raiders, Jacksonville Raiders, called me and like, no, 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 you're not going back. You're gonna play with us. So I stayed with them for 2 years in Jacksonville,
So
Florida.
so the contract for the Russians allowed you to play with Doc's Raiders, but not trauma?
Yeah, because Doc Raiders on that time they were semi-pro. So semi-pro was
Ah,
okay, but not playing pro. And on that time I was too young. And I was like, come on, I cannot live in Russia anymore. I'm like 23 years old. I can. I came from Brazil, like hot weather. It's different. And I was super young. But and then when Doc called me and like, Shalo, you gonna play with us? I'm like, yeah, okay, let's do this. And a lot of kids, and Doc has like a huge heart, like, just train these kids, kill them, train them. And we were like doing sprints and training. And so I really like to train. I still doing a lot of sports and training. So when he gave me all those like tools and work with the kids, do whatever it takes. So it was amazing
and
to
who are
stay with
these
them for
kids?
2 years.
These kids are legends now, right?
Dude, on that time it was like a lot of really young kids. I don't know if they still around, but he got some young talents to be with us, like Billy Bernaccia, uh, Thomas Mantoni. I'm not sure if I'm saying the right his last name. BJ from Strange was there with us. Kyle
Wow.
Wild Style was with us as well. So LP, Dirty Dave, so many cool guys. I'm not sure if they still playing. Billy Bernacci, I know is. He's still like
Yeah.
he's neck of the break every single point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
You mentioned that you love to train. I imagine that comes from doing a lot of training in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. And for people that don't know, tell us a little bit about your history in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is like it's a big part of my life and my family. I'm the third generation of black belts from my family. So my grandfather was a famous master under the Gracie, old Gracies. So my uncle, he's a red belt. My cousin, Fred Almeida, he's like a machine. He's a really good black belt, fighting tournaments all the time. And so I've been training jiu-jitsu for a really long time, since I was a kid. In Brazil, the first thing you do, you play soccer, right? I was training jiu-jitsu, was my first memory. And on jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu helped me a lot with my mentality, So like remember, like Xalo, the Brazilian kids, like you're going to play the final, professional final at World Cup. Oh my God, can you see all this crowd? Are you nervous? I'm like, no, not at all.
Hmm.
Like I'm nervous when that 120 kilos guy put his belly on my face and like I'm gonna kill you, Shallow. Then I'm get a little nervous. But like go inside the field with people watching, not at all. And the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, all the guys who train with me, my teammates, I try tell them like go do some martial arts. If you can do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it's the one I know. Like it's gonna help you a lot to help with your focus, your concentration, And jiu-jitsu always opened doors to me. When I was with Ironman, I remember on tryouts, I saw like Marcelo Margot, Alex Goldman running all over the place, and I couldn't even play one point. It was like maybe 20, 30 kids doing the tryouts. I'm like, dude, how am I going to do this? And Oliver Lang was like, okay, the first five who put the finger. Oh no, I was gonna play. And I'm like, I don't even speak English. I don't understand these jokes. And then
Yeah.
Billy Seransky, Billy Seransky, great guy. And he came all polite, super nice, and like, hey, you puke, get out of the field, kid, get out. Put the Brazilian black belt to play. Yes. So I play a little bit because of my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu history. So everywhere. When I was in San Diego playing for Ironman, I was also giving classes, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu classes. So in Europe it was the same. I was in Portugal training and teaching. So Jiu-Jitsu is a really big part of my life.
How long have you been a black belt?
I got my black belt back in 2007. So yeah, a long time, I guess. A
So
long
are
time.
there in jiu-jitsu, are there degrees of black belts
Yes,
like other?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
What degree are
You
you?
The third degree of my black belt,
Wow.
and like my uncle, my master, he's a red belt. So you go like a bunch of degrees, and then you go to coral belt, the black and red, and then the last one is the red belt. So
Oh, so
yeah,
that's above black belt.
yes, yes, yes. The red
Wow.
belt, I believe you need to be a black belt for 50 years.
50.
Yes, yes. So I believe he's like near 70 years old, and he's still beating me up all the time.
Yeah, he's a dangerous
Yeah,
man.
he's tough. He's yeah, he's getting old, but his mentality is so strong. It's amazing.
Well,
He's
Shala,
my master,
let's talk a
Otávio de
little bit.
Almeida.
Let's talk a little bit about the mentality because I believe that there's certainly a success mentality, right? And it doesn't just apply to paintball, it certainly applies to all aspects of life. And to reach a third degree in black belt, you've had to, I'm sure, cultivate this certain mental fortitude. So, what do you think it takes to get to that level?
So the martial arts help you a lot, right? But there is something like some people born with that, they already have that desire, that heart, that mentality. Is really easy to get them to
Mm,
that level, right? But another guys need more time and need to be on those environments that will help you a lot. Like I had a really good chance to train to be a teammate with Kostya Fedorov, with Oliver Lang, all those guys. You see their mentality is it's different. They are like really focused, not just the heart, but the focus, the mentality. It's really strong. And on jiu-jitsu, you get used to pass to so many hard situations, like really hard situations. Like I'm a black belt 30 degrees, but tomorrow when I go to the gym, maybe a blue belt will choke me up and choke me out, and I'm gonna tap. So it make you always be humble and ready for everything. So like make you really calm and really concentrate. So for me to get angry and to explode, it's almost impossible.
mm,
So your mentality is like with the martial arts help you a lot. And one time I was watching one tournament in Brazil, and Billy Seransky was there with me, and he like, Xalo, can you see all those guys? I'm like, yeah, I can go inside the field and shoot all those 10 guys. I'm like, really? He's like, Xalo, paintball is mentality, it's mental, it's not just the skills. I'm like, it's all right. And I saw him playing with no knees, like old, like bad knees and stuff like that, and
yeah.
he's still playing really good. I'm like, wow, how he does that? Like Todd Adamson, the same. I'm like, Miko, it's 4 against 1. Why don't you guys? I believe you were playing with them all that time. I'm like, why don't you guys throw the towel? I'm like, no, because it's Todd Adamson. We don't do that. Maybe he will win. I'm like, oh my god. And like
Yeah.
Billy Seransky, his mentality, right? He's a black belt now. He told me like a lot of years ago, Shalom, training jiu-jitsu. I'm like, cool. I know to be a black belt takes a lot, and a lot of people give up on the road during the
Mm.
during the this time to be there. And when I saw him, I'm like, yeah, he will be a black belt, you know, because yeah, it's the mentality, dude. So it helps a lot, not just talking about sports, but in life, for sure.
You think it's the willingness to persist through challenges?
Yes, yes, yes. You can see a lot of people with skills and good talents who give up, you
Mm,
know. And sometimes it's because like the environment, and like if you are in the dojo in the mattress like training all the time with those guys, like it's you get used to do that. It's the same like when you play paintball with all those amazing guys, you are with them all the time. I was like training drills with Kostya Fedorov, right? And I'm like, after the training, I'm like, Kostya, can you play a one-on-one against me? I'm like, yeah, Brazilian, let's go. And he used to beat me up like 20 times in a row. And like, hey, can we go again? Really? You don't get tired. I'm gonna punch you again. I'm like, please do it, you know? And after a long time, he's still beating me. But my mentality was getting better, training against the best ones. So it's hard sometimes you see like those guys with really big egos. And no, I'm not gonna play. No, I'm not gonna play one-on-one against this guy. And I remember to see Oliver Lang after our huge practice, like 5, 7 hours practice, everybody like dying. And he was inside the field playing gun one-on-one, gun fighting against locals. We know with pump guns. I'm like, dude, this guy's amazing. He's amazing. So he doesn't care if he go there and get shot, but he's still there training and teaching the kids and improving. He came to Brazil and he trained jiu-jitsu with me.
oh, really? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
How'd he do?
Oliver, really good. Like on jiu-jitsu skills, stuff like that. He's like a white belt, but his mentality, like I had a lot of pit bulls, like angry kids, tournaments all the time. And after the training, like really hard training, I saw Oliver in the middle of the dojo taking the gi out and doing push-ups. And the kid's like, Xalo, what is this? I'm like, don't you worry about it. He's a champ. His mentality is like that. He's really strong. And it's just like they're amazing. Like Nikki Kuba was the same. He went to San Diego to train with me, and he was like fighting with my kids. My kids, I'm seeing it like they're gonna break his arm. I'm like, hey, stop. No, Xalo, I'm not stopping. I'm not tapping. I'm like, I don't care. I'm stopping because I want you to play the tournament next weekend. I didn't tell him, but so tough, so tough. The kid will broke his arm, and it's okay. I'm pretty sure he will not care at all. So it's the mentality. Do you remember Tyler from Baltimore Trauma?
Yeah.
So my
Oh yeah.
first training with them, the kind of tryouts, right? The first tryout with them, we're playing against Philly America. And after the training, really good one, I saw a circle and I was in the middle of the circle. I'm like, okay, what is this? Xalo, Tyler used to, he beats all the kids up and now he's gonna fight against you. I'm like, no, dude, come on. I do this for a living. I'm here for paintball, not for jiu-jitsu. We don't care. He's gonna fight you. I'm like, oh, damn. Okay. Dude, we fought for like 30 minutes. I make him tap maybe like 20, 30 times, and he doesn't care. He just keep going. I'm like, buddy, I'm gonna hurt you. I don't care. Let's go again. Let's go again. Let's go again. And the last time I took his foot and I heard like it was bad. I almost broke his foot. And I heard like the ligaments going out and like I'm like, dude, that's it. Stop. And I thought like he's crazy. Like his heart is too big. And if we don't stop, I'm gonna really hurt him. Okay.
Yeah.
Next day, next day, Rob from Trauma, the owner, the coach, came to me like, "Hey, Xalo, what's up, buddy? I brought you to the team because you're older, because you're experienced, because you're a Brazilian black belt in Jiu-Jitsu. And did you see Tyler's food?" I'm like, "No, what happened?" I went there. It was all black and red.
Oh.
It was huge. Dude, he didn't say a word. He was walking normally. Nothing happened at all. And he played a tournament with no problem at all. So you see like the mentality of those guys? And I was so ashamed. I'm like, dude, I'm a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu teacher. And I just heard their best players on the tryout. Not playing paintball, but like
Yeah.
fighting. And I was,
So
oh my
was
God,
Rob
what I'm
upset
doing
with
here.
you?
Yes, a little bit because I was older
Oh.
and I supposed to
Yeah.
like help the kids out with my experience,
Yeah.
not go there dummy and fight against them. But
That's a great
uh,
story.
yeah, but it's so many stories like that. And the same with Paxson before the World Cup. Xalo, let's warm up. Warm up. Paxson, big dude. I'm like, okay, what do I want to
Yeah.
do? We're gonna fight. Like, okay, no problem, let's fight. I choke him out and he pass out like a few minutes before the finals. And then I'm like, oh my God, Shane Pestana will kill me. Paxson, please wake up, wake up. And I put him on the side, really like worry about it. And then he just opened one eye. Xalo, I got you. I'm like, dude. He was playing with me.
Oh man, he's a
And I
trickster.
thought
He's
I
always
thought I
goofing around.
passed. I killed a guy before the final. Yeah, you know him. You know him really well. He's awesome as well.
Yeah.
And I was so worried. I'm like, dude, no, first Tyler. Now before the finals, the World Cup finals. I heard the guy, our back center player, please no. It's great, dude. Yeah.
Oh man. So Shala, what are you most thankful for that paintball has given you in life?
Dude, all the friends, all the places, all the experience that money cannot buy. So, like I told you, I have friends all over the place. I have good friends in Portugal, in Finland, like in England, in France. So, all South America, Central America, and USA, I have friends all over the place. And not just like teammates, like really friends. I'm pretty sure if I need something, I call them, they're gonna help me out. The same, I'm here for them. So like the trauma kids, when I got this head tie, I was like crying, like, dude, this is like. So I feel like it's another life. I still involved with paintball, I still around, but all these good memories, all these good times, and all this experience, and to be able to help guys, to help teams. I went to South and Central America, like helping new teams, helping new talents, and to see those guys now that following the dream, to be pro and to play like in a really decent level, it's amazing. I was playing one tournament in Europe and one big dude came to me like, hey Xalo, thank you. I'm like, thank you for what? Thank for what? What's up? Xalo, when you went to Colombia, Venezuela, I don't remember, you helped me out and now I'm here playing pro. I'm like, oh my God, that's
Wow.
great. Thanks for inspiring us. So, dude, I'm so thankful for paintball, for all the friends, for all my teammates, my coaches, and also the guys that I play against. I learned so much from them. You know, like we can stay here and tell stories for hours.
Yeah.
And dude, this is like priceless. You know, so I'm really thankful for all this experience, all these friends that paintball and the sports gave to me. This is like amazing, buddy. Amazing.
Awesome, Xalo. Well, thank you so much for your time here. Is there anything that you want to say in parting for the paintball community?
Brother, thank you so much for calling me. And I hope all my friends, my teammates, the guys that still training with me that can watch this and I can translate for you guys if you guys want. But I want to say thanks to all my sponsors. I'm not gonna say name because there is a lot of people who already helped me. And guys, I came from Brazil. I came from South America. I played pro. I won 3 times the World Cup. Now I play 5 seasons in Europe. I play pro in Europe again. I'm like 40 years old and I still train hard. So if you guys are for outside USA or even USA, and if you really want to do something, not just be a pro on a paintball, do something, you know, to go to Olympics, to play professional soccer, believe, train, and do it. You know, that's
Awesome.
it, buddy. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Xalo. Appreciate you.
Brother, thanks so much. Thank you, guys.